you really shouldn't, like when I do warm-ups and stuff like that, like before practices and we're getting in doing our crease movements, that's like one thing that I kind of look for, especially when we do the this post work on the RVHs, is how much I've marked up the ice inside of the net. And it really shouldn't be any, because my foot should never be going inside of the net.
Yep. So this is Seattle, or I mean not Seattle, St. Louis. So this is when I started to feel really comfortable with some of the differences that I had made, in my time with San Jose. But I love this save. I really like this one a lot.
Okay, let's get to it then. So we'll start with the rush, and as we see the other player appear at the bottom of our screen, what you're trying to sort out here, what information you're looking for.
Yep. So here you are. It's where's the other guy here?
Right in the middle.
Coming there, right in the middle. Yeah. So here it's 2-on-1. Obviously, you know that he's going to be looking to pass to this guy. This guy is on his offhand, so you're going to have a lot more time to get there, because he's not going to be able to just one time it right away. So right here, this guy stops. So it's important to have a little bit of a drift on a 2-on-1, because it allows you to get to the back door if you need to. If you get locked feet, then it's really hard to move. But as soon as this guy stops shooting, you really want to slow down that drift. You want to almost like have no drift, or stop skating, not stop shooting. You almost want to have no drift, because you don't want to give him too much net to shoot at.
Right.
So as soon as he stops, it's just like you're just holding your edges and you're trying to hold your depth. So here you can see me kind of stopping. And then now it's just waiting. Like he's either going to pass or he's going to shoot. And you just got to watch that puck and make a read. And so here he is. He's shooting. I'm very comfortable with where I'm at. I know he has nothing to shoot at.
That puck's like he's below the hash marks inside the circle. That puck is already being delivered, and you still haven't committed completely to the ice.
Yeah. So it's just like really just watching the puck, being patient, and just letting it come to you. Because I know that in that area, I'm not going to be able to react quick enough. It's mostly like I'm going to fill space, and I know that if I'm square, that puck's most likely going to hit me, unless he has a crazy, great shot or whatever. And that's exactly what happened. So here I stop right there. I stop. He turns, he shoots it, and then it's just don't even move. And so here, barely moved, hit me right in the blocker, and then just keep that visual attachment on it. Don't worry about what's happening around you, just watching that puck. Then he hits it again, and then boom, another save, another reactionary save.
You're right. Your head's right on it.
Yep. And then here it's like when the puck's right there, I love to get back to my posts because it allows you to just push and then just seal the bottom of the ice. And you can just kind of just chill there and just wait for it. Just watch it. And there you go. Puck's out, and then I'm up.
So they go D to D, or not D to D, but they go behind the net, make this play. So as I come across here, I do a scan. So I saw him there.
How maybe give me a quick like this. What about this situation? Do you know you can take that scan? What is it that allows you? Because
he doesn't have the puck yet. So he bangs this puck across.
Yeah.
And I knew as it's going, like I knew this guy was not quite like if he was right here, then you don't really have time to scan. But I knew he was far away, so I knew I'd have a second to scan out here. So on my way across, just scan, try to see if there's a threat. So I obviously saw him there, and that's why I decided to stay down, because I expected the puck to be coming. And then I like trying to get to my feet. So he could have hit that, so I decided to stay down, and then it was a bit of a broken play. So I just pushed out and tried to fill space, and then ended up between my legs. So then I just tied it up. Okay. As my right calf was cramping
badly. I think we get another replay on that. I just wanted to ask you, because you do hold that, you sort of keep that as you come across.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna try to get up.
Okay.
But then I saw the puck was coming, so I went down.
Okay. But you still keep that edge.
Yep.
If you slide blindly through that.
Yeah.
And he pulls it back the other way, you're done.
As soon as he gets his puck, and he's not in a shooting spot right here.
Right.
I was like, okay, grab that edge, reposition, recenter myself, be tight. So then that's when I just bring it all together, be tight.
Right.
Good shot block attempt, and then make the save.
Okay. I think we can get a lot of There can be a tendency, especially at younger ages, to fall in love with the slide and slide right through spots, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so that early recognition that, okay, I'm sliding in case he hits it right away.
Yeah.
And I've got coverage, but okay, he's not going to hit it right away. Make sure I have that edge to go the other way.
100%.
I think that's another separator.
100%. It's okay recognizing that he can't shoot right now. Like, he's not in a position where he's going to shoot, or if he does, maybe it's a really, really weak attempt. So then it's okay, grab that edge, recenter yourself.
I've been beat a couple times in the reverse from that dead angle there, and that's something that, it's the worst thing in the world, knowing that you could have easily made that save with an overlap, and you ended up resorting to the RVH there. So I think the biggest thing for me in this situation was knowing the two threats that are really presented there from the beginning. So you have the shot coming down the wall, of course, and then I think there's a bit of a backdoor option as well. So yeah, you can see 21 sliding into that slot there.
Okay. Now, as he starts to slide over there, like, is that if he gets to the back door, is that where you have to consider other options? The fact he stays in front of you, does that allow you to sort of trust an overlap in this situation?
Yeah, I think if you kind of watch my feet as he gets from the hash marks and keeps going down that wall there, you can see that I start out being pretty square to the puck there. Or square to the shot rather. And then as I see that 21 coming into the back door there, my whole body, even my feet, essentially flatten out and stop being square to the puck and a little more square up ice to be able to have that angle to push to the middle if I need to. Because I know that even though I'm not square to that puck, I know that I'm not going to get beat from that shot with the overlap there.
Okay.
And you can see that if that rebound were to come out, right in front to that Swedish guy there, it essentially eliminates my need for rotation, and I can just push right into the lane there.
Okay. And if 7 keeps coming down that wall and decides to go around, you've already flattened out for a cross crease push.
Exactly. Either push or
on a wrap.
Yeah, correct. So I can either sort of hold that overlap and push to the other post there, or if I think I have the chance, I can get that right leg tucked inside the post and make that post to post a little bit easier. But just being able to have access to that far side, regardless of which situation you're in, I think really helps me out in situations like this. Yeah, like you said, it's pretty similar to the last one, given that there's the shot threat coming down the wing, especially as a right-handed player. He's got that short side corner post. That's probably where he's looking to shoot if he is going to shoot. And then of course you have the guy backdoor as well. This one, it's really just having trust that you can cut off that pass if it gets there. And then, I know that there's no chance he's beating me on a shot. So like similar to the last clip, you can see my feet are almost the slightest bit facing, they're a little bit flat to the angle of the pass compared to being totally square to the shot. And, I'm not sure if I cut off the pass or it just goes by his stick there, but
No, you cut it off.
yeah. And then knowing that he is, real low right by that far post there, knowing that I can cut off that pass. Whereas if he was a little higher, maybe behind 27, the D-man there, I might resort to say a VH inside the post where I know I can make that save coming down the wall, but also have a little more access to that far side being inside the post.
What do you like about the way you like again, like as he's got this on his stick, even as he's winding up for a release, that could be a shot or a pass. What do you like about the way you sort of come off this? And you talked earlier about tracking, the way you sort of come down into this play.
Yeah, tracking's a huge part of my game and has been for a while now. So like if you can, even on saves like this where they're quick strike shots or passes, and even though it's not a shot, still having good head trajectory on a pass like that, really helps you not only make the first save, but it sets you up for success, regardless of where that rebound ends up. A lot of times it'll help with the rotation, and you can see how easy it is for me to follow that puck off my pad, have a quick recovery out of it in case there was a second threat to that shot there. That's like we said earlier on the podcast, that was something that the Pando was something that I wasn't a huge fan of to begin with. I just couldn't really wrap my head around not being square to the puck at first.
Right.
There was something that just really didn't make sense. But now that I've thrown it into my game, I find it's really helped me out with, realizing that you don't need that much. You don't need your entire body to cut off the angle like that when it's such a low angle shot.
Okay.
You only need, the right half of your body. So if you can seal everything on that short side there, as well as have access to, anything that comes through the crease to the backside, I think that's, really what's helped me unlock that part of my game.
Okay. And so as we see it here, is there a point where you start to, is there a point where you're starting to think, okay, if it gets to here, I'm going to flatten out a little bit?
A lot of it's situational.
Of course, speed probably matters too.
Of course, speed, and then seeing that guy in my peripheral vision on the far side there. I think you can see my skates sort of ready to attack that angle if need be. If he sort of does a little hook pass back to the slot, but I think a lot of it as well with flattening out is having the ability to reach the far post if he goes behind the net.
Right.
I think I remember a couple of years ago getting beat once by being in the overlap, and then you fake the shot, got me to bite in my butterfly, but I was still square to that short side corner. Then he just quickly wrapped it around. I was still rotating back to the post, so I think a lot of it as well is just having a backup plan for if he doesn't make a play here and takes it behind the net.
How much more confident are you on this short side, even though you flattened out, even though you're not square on that shot? How much more confident are you in your ability to cover high than, say, if that skate was tucked inside the post in a reverse?
Oh, totally. You see guys that are 6'5", 6'6", still getting beat in that short side up top there. So I think it really just has established confidence in my mind that there's no chance he scores on the shot here, and I have a really good chance of getting to that pass if he does throw a hook pass to the guy in the back door there.
Is one of the keys sort of, I couldn't help but notice, obviously you're in an overlap and like you said, flattened out a little bit, but the fact you maintain that freedom with that, like both hands are still active and free here, and that blocker side arm is totally free to like in a reverse, you're sometimes, as much as some coaches want to make sure the hands stay free in a reverse, that temptation to just sort of lock it against the post is there. In this case, it's like you're completely reacting to this release here.
Yeah, totally. I think that's something I said earlier about being unpredictable. You might give me this exact same play and I might not do an overlap every time. A couple of times I might throw in a VH on that blocker side, or even an RVH every once in a while. But if I am in that RVH, a huge emphasis is being over top of that knee and having that arm free, not the elbow tucked inside the post, so that if he does try and shoot up high there, then I can easily use my shoulder and elbow to fill that space versus just trying to cram my head into that corner there.
OB8 tackle as he scores the goal. That is official. We will not speak in